The Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. We are going to do an unboxing. Even though I've already unboxed this and used this on a trip, I just repackaged it up so I could then do this video again for you. So yeah, let's do this. So before we open this bad boy, I am recording this audio with the Rode Link wireless filmmaker kit, which I've done another tutorial video on, so go check out that as well. But I am super excited to have the VideoMic Pro Plus now. I had the Rode VideoMic Pro several years ago when I was using Canon DSLRs. I think I had like this 60D at the time, and it was a great mic, but there was some things that were very finicky. There were some things that were very finicky about it. The battery and turning it on and off, and the shock mount, and just there was a lot of quirky things about the mic that I eventually went away from it. And once I saw this mic, I knew it was going to be the mic for me until I forked up the $300 to get it, which I ended up doing. So the first thing you notice is it's a lot bigger than the VideoMic Pro, which is okay. It's super light. I mean, this thing doesn't weigh anything, but it is a larger physical form. That's the first thing. It is so cool that they now have a rechargeable AA Rode battery, and this thing lasts for 100 hours of use, which is just a crazy upgrade from the, what was it, the 12 volt battery that the VideoMic Pro used. 9 volt, I said 12 volt battery previously. It was a 9 volt battery. What the f is a 12 volt battery? And you can't screw it up either. You kind of had always issues trying to figure out the battery and how to put it in previously, and then how to clip it closed, and you could never get it clip closed. This, it's like boom and you're done. So yeah, that's so great. The one thing that I think is kind of stupid about this mic and what it comes with is it has this beautiful cable connector on the back for you to perfectly go ahead and screw to the back of it. Very similar to the Rode Link wireless kit, but it just comes with this cable that, you know, is what it is. And it would be great if it came with the same 3.5 to 3.5 cable that the Rode Link wireless kit came with. Luckily for me, or not so lucky, the mic capsule for my wireless Rode mic was defective when I got it, and they just so happened to send me double up on a couple other accessories when I got the new mic. So the mic that, you know, does this instead of this, I now have an additional one for the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. So Rode, listen, just change out the cable. You know, it may cost you guys an extra like 5 cents. So one of the biggest complaints with the previous model is that you had to turn on a physical button to make the mic turn on and off, which was a big pain in the butt. And so you'd inevitably forget to turn on the mic for some recording, or not turn it off and then lose the battery, you know. So now it uses the powered 3.5 mic jack on your DSLR, mirrorless camera, whatever you got, where it will then detect and turn off the mic automatically and turn it on automatically. And it works really great. I just used this as my primary mic from our trip to Costa Rica this past weekend, and it worked fantastically. So yeah, it's got a lot of the same settings. So it's got a low cut, except for now it's got a 75 and 150 low cut button, and then it has the plus 20 decibels and negative 10 decibels. I just finished watching a tutorial of a guy going through the same mic, and he had the GH5, and he was saying how it's disappointing because he can't use the plus 20 decibel mode with that camera. Because it only goes to negative 12 decibels. Well, the GH5S also only goes to negative 12 decibels, but I used the plus 20 decibel the whole entire trip, and it worked phenomenally. Now, your audio levels are approaching pretty high, and louder noises are inevitably going to peak, but there's also the hard limiter built into the camera as well, so I enabled that, and I thought the audio was great. You know, if you don't want to be that close to peaking on your audio, I understand, so you'll have to do the 0 decibels instead, but I was getting great audio quality with that. The other huge feature that I am super jazzed about is by holding the power and the decibel button, you then enable the right channel negative 10 decibels. So I also was using that, which then gave you audio backup coverage. So one channel would be recording as usual, but the right channel is going to be giving you negative 10 decibels. So you have coverage in really high peaking audio situations. So I wasn't gonna get this. I ordered this the week prior to my trip. I thought I had my audio situation solved. I purchased the Panasonic Xlr Adapter. It's powered via the shoe mount on the GH5, GH5S. It gives you the two XLRs on the side. This thing is stupid expensive. It was like $400, and it's great for when you're plugging into audio boards, you know, concerts, corporate events, if you want to record multiple audio sources at once. I get it, it works great. And I had the Sennheiser MKE 600. So I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and use the shotgun audio, put that on top of the camera, but it was just too much. The shotgun and the XLR thing, and then this is the Rode mic. So obviously, dumb play by me to think that I could go that direction. It's also a lot heavier too. So you can recharge the lithium battery that it comes with through micro USB on the side here. It was a little confusing knowing the light operation of what flashes what when it's fully charged, but you know, you plug it in overnight, you know it's going to be charged, and the fact that the camera automatically turns the mic on and off is just crazy great. I can't imagine you're going to have to recharge the battery that often. So yeah, this is going to be a very unfair test, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to go from the Rode Link wireless kit that I'm using right now, and I'm going to plug this into the Panasonic GH5S to give you an audio sample. Right now the camera is 8 feet away from me. I'm using the 35 to 100 mil Gen 2 Panasonic MFT mount lens, so I've got the camera pretty far away from me right now. Alright, so this is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus that's plugged directly into the Panasonic GH5S. Now, you want to make sure you bring down that internal audio level to negative 12 decibels, which again isn't a super low noise floor. That's what other reviewers are talking about when you can't use the plus 20 decibels. But I have this set to plus 20 decibels right now, and I'm not peaking on my audio meter. And again, I have the hard limiter set, which performs really well if it's just a couple decibels over 0 decibels. You don't get much of any distortion. It sounds very natural. And I used this setting completely for my Costa Rica footage. I'll probably insert some of that footage just so you can get a sense of what that audio sounds like too. Obviously, a lav mic, you're always going to get better performing audio opposed to a shotgun mic on top of the camera 8 feet away from you. But this is picking up really clean audio. I'm in a fairly bouncy room. I've got hardwood floors. Not much on the walls, so it's going to sound a little bit echoey, but that's just because the mic is further away from me. Alright, so this is just the internal audio recording of the GH5S. I changed the audio back to 0 decibels internally, and this is what the audio would sound like regularly out of the camera, so let's go away from it now.
Now number 2 for San Jose.
But for whatever reason, this one didn't make it to a tour or to a harvest. And so it is now on the tree dying.
Like gooey stuff from the
jackfruit. Okay. Oh, look at that.
It's very easy access to oxygen and humidity, and you're spoiled by it so quickly.
Yeah, so this is
I don't have the time in the morning to do that. This is what the Mayans did.
Yes, they plugged in their
Except the hot water. Everything right there, sort of, kind of.
All right, so I jumped outside just so you could get a sense of what the audio sounds like of the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus outdoors. It is a fairly windy day, though there isn't much wind going on right now. I'm next to a road, and this is outside of Ted Drew's, which is known for some of the best ice cream in the world, also known as custard, so I don't offend any of the St. Louisans out there. But I wanted to give you a read of what this mic sounded like in action. I'm about 4 to 5 feet away from the camera right now, so this would be kind of a typical interview setup that you would have. And this is just going to give you a read and a sense of what it sounds like. All right, I jumped over to just the internal audio of the GH5S. So this is only internal, nothing else to it. Probably gonna really sound sucky, so I'm not gonna stay with this too long, but just to give a comparison. All right, so this is the Rode Link Filmmaker Kit. I am outside again. That wind is buzzing by off of my back currently. Just to give you a comparison between what it's like to have a wireless lav mic in comparison to a shotgun mic. Now, a shotgun mic is going to perform really well, but if you're really concerned about your audio, you're going to want to have a lav mic. That's when you're going to get the best pickup, and it's going to keep things like cars passing by and wind and other things out of the equation, and you're always going to get good audio. The low cut, I'm not even going to give you samples on. You can probably find those elsewhere anyways. You know, they work really well for when there's AC or high winds that you're competing with from your subject that you're trying to record. I did my own recording test with them, and I just wasn't finding and getting that great of a performance. I'll be using that plus 20 decibel with the Panasonic GH5S. It really was performing well for me, and plus with the negative 10 decibel right channel mode that it has, you can't really go wrong with it. So yeah, that's a quick overview of the new Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, and it's got my seal of approval. The big winners is the new battery with the rechargeable 100+ hours, or using regular AA's, 9 volts, gone, fantastic, automatic power, turn on, turn off with your camera. It's really going to be my go-to mic from here on out until something smaller comes out and replaces this. Thanks for watching, appreciate it. Thanks for the subscribes and the likes and the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.